Hey everybody, Michael DeLon. Just wanted to say welcome to our first ever, I think, video prayer letter. Just a different way to communicate. September is in full swing now, and fall season is upon us. And if your life's anything like our life, it's just been a crazy fast summer, and the fall doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. So, as we were thinking about what we're going to do for a prayer letter this month, the time started getting out of hand, and I thought, this will be a very quick way to get an update to you and do it in a little different way. So, I hope you like it. We may do this a little bit more often, we're not sure. But just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on in our ministry and in our family. So to begin with, I want to say thank you for your partnership. Your support for our ministry is critical to what we do, and we're grateful for the investment you have made month in and month out in our ministry. So thank you for doing that. As far as ministry aspect, what I've been working on for the last few months and will continue is a partnership with radio stations around the country to expand the art of marriage through communities around the country. And what we're doing is working with local radio stations, Christian radio stations, where they will own the art of marriage as a market-wide, city-wide event, where the radio station goes out and they recruit churches in their community, and those churches host an art of marriage event either on a specific weekend or sometimes even during an entire month. And the radio station is behind it, promoting it on air through Facebook, social media, email campaigns. They're doing the promotional aspect of it. The church is reaching out to their congregation, to their community, to attract people to a high level, high impact marriage conference. And it's working really well. We're getting a lot of new people coming to churches. We're getting a lot of people come to faith in Christ through this. And it's a way to expand the impact the art of marriage can have around the country by using Christian radio and partnering with them. So I've been working on that for about a year and a half, actually. And we have it down to, it's almost a turnkey system right now. Now the next step is to work with stations where we're having a weekend to remember, and then the station's going to host an art of marriage a few months later and engaging the people at the weekend to remember to take the next step and to start a marriage ministry of their own using the art of marriage and being part of the art of marriage that the radio station is hosting in a few months in that local community. We really want to build ongoing marriage ministries in local churches in communities around the United States, and we believe this is one of the best ways to do it. So that's what consumes most of my time at Family Life, is working on the Radio Art of Marriage initiative and taking this great resource that we have, the art of marriage, and making it available to churches around the country with partnering with radio stations. So it's just a great thing. It fits my background, and it's been a joy to work on and to see God do miraculous things and change people's lives with the art of marriage. Your partnership in our ministry is what makes that possible. So thank you again for standing with us to make a difference in marriages around the country. A couple big highlights from that is we had a couple stations, one in Seattle, Washington. They did the art of marriage promotion in the spring. I think it was in March, and I think they had over 100 churches in their community be part of that event. And it was so successful, they're doing it again this fall, and they'll repeat it next year as well. And in Dallas, Texas, KLTY, the great Christian music radio station down there, hosted it in February of last year, towards the end of February, and I think they ended up with 87 churches in the Dallas-Fort Worth area hosting the Art of Marriage on one weekend. It was phenomenal, the ministry that occurred, and they're going to do it again next year. So we're real excited about what God's doing. I think we've done this in about 13 markets right now, and we have another 10 where we're doing it this fall, and then next spring it's going to be even bigger. So that's what I've been working on. So thanks again for your partnership and your support for our ministry. It makes a lot of difference, not just for us, but for the marriages that we're impacting through your partnership in our ministry. So that's kind of a highlight of the ministry, what's going on in our lives. As far as personal, things are just always busy. Jill is involved with Bible Study Fellowship now. She and the boys did that last year, and they asked Jill to be in leadership. So this year she is a leader of a women's group at BSF. They do it on Monday nights, and Caleb and Jeremy are back in it again this year as well. And so that's what she's doing at our church. She's heavily involved in the children's ministry and teaches a 2-year-old class, I think it is, every Sunday. And it just has a great time with that. That is kind of her sweet spot. as well as just ministering to people. We are in a great care group and are planning to launch our own care group out of the one we're currently in, probably in January. So we'll be leading that. I serve as a deacon at the church, so very involved. I also teach in the youth group once a month on a rotating basis, as well as sometimes on Wednesday nights. So just very busy, always involved in ministry and just loving life. Caleb is 17. He is doing great things with speech and debate. He went to nationals last year in speech and debate, took 12th place in Lincoln Douglas debate, and took 5th place in apologetics. And after that, he decided that he had the ability and the credentials to write his own curriculum. So he wrote an apologetics curriculum for the speech and debate community. You can learn about that when you go to calebdelon.com, and you can see his apologetics curriculum. He's selling it online right now. And then next year plans to add to that some content resources, and then eventually make it available to the homeschooling market as a Bible curriculum for homeschooling students. And we think there's a great market for that. He's done a fabulous job on this, and we're very proud of Caleb. So go to calebdelon.com and check out his apologetics curriculum. He's also, very involved with his business with his brother, College Bound Brothers. They do a lawn mowing, leaf raking business. Serve about 12 to 14 customers and clients on a regular basis with lawn mowing. And then here in about a month or so, the leaves are going to fall, and they're going to get into high gear with leaf raking. And they have their schedule down, and they do it all. It's a great business for them. They're learning entrepreneurship. They're learning how to work with customers, how to do invoices, billing, and how to buy good equipment. They had a backpack blower go out on them a couple weeks ago, so they had to go buy another one. And they don't buy the Home Depot type. They go to they bought a Husqvarna, which was over $300, but it's a great piece of equipment. So they're learning the upsides and downsides of running a business, but they're getting great experience. Caleb is in his senior year of high school, and he's doing second year Spanish, which he loves, and he's also clepping out of a lot of college classes. That's going to be most of his high school career. This senior year is clepping out of classes, and he'll probably continue that and finish his bachelor's degree by the time he's 18. And then go on to master's and PhD. Not sure what he's going to do in life, whether it's going to be an attorney or whether he's going to become a publisher in the homeschooling curriculum area. Really not sure. But our commitment is get him through college quickly and get him through debt-free, so that then God can do with him whatever God chooses to do with him. So Caleb's a believer in Jesus Christ. He's got a great testimony and is wonderful at proclaiming the gospel. And so he led and taught through one of the outreaches our church did this year called Scatter. He was one of the teachers at backyard Bible clubs that we did, and at a Boys and Girls Club, and is just really passionate about the gospel and communicates it very well. So we're excited for that. Jeremy is 14 now. Jeremy has his driver's permit, and you can get those at 14 here and get 2 years of driving experience, which I really think is a great idea because Jeremy's kind of like his dad. So I got my permit at 15 and a half, got my license at 16, and had my first wreck at 16 and a half. So we don't want that for Jeremy. So he's in the driver's seat now, tooling us around town and doing a very good job. He's driven the tractor, the 48-inch tractor we have for the lawn mowing business. He's driven that for a couple years. I think that's really helped him. He's also drumming, has been taking drum lessons for 2 years. He's in the youth band this year, and so he's very excited about that, and is doing a thing with homeschooling with Cast and Crew, which is a play that they put on, and he's doing some cast work, but he's also doing a lot of crew work. He really wanted to do the behind-the-scenes moving equipment and furniture on and off the scene, so he's doing that. He also is a believer in Jesus Christ and is growing in his faith and doing young men's discipleship, and it's just an all-around joy. He's the salesman part of College Bound Brothers. He's the one who's talking with the customers and setting appointments and calling them back and really interfacing with the customers. Caleb's on the back end doing the books and things. They both work very diligently and are great guys. We've been very blessed. Eliana is now 4 years old. She's all girl, just loving her to death. Playing with dolls. I'm learning how to do that because our boys never played with dolls. But Eliana likes to play with dolls and play with house. But occasionally she also likes to wrestle with Daddy. So we have a lot of fun. She's a joy. Jill's going to be homeschooling her this year and teaching her just basic words and phonics. We've been reading Hop on Pop and Green Eggs and Ham and all of those great rhyming books, and she is just growing. She's in Awana this year. I think she's a cubby this year, and is going to be memorizing God's Word. Speaking of which, Caleb, Jeremy, and myself, we're memorizing the entire book of Philippians with the youth group this year. So we've started on that, and that's a great discipline. But Eliana's going to memorize some Bible verses as well through Awana. And that's kind of a holistic, very quick update on the DeLon family. I'm sure there's a lot more going on, and I know we're working on a couple of other things that we'll be talking with you about in a month or so that you're going to be excited to hear about. But God's doing great things. We are just really excited about all of life and the direction that God's got us on, and thankful for your partnership and your the financial support that you provide to us, because we couldn't be here without you, and the Art of Marriage would not be going out through radio really around the country if it weren't for your partnership with us. So we're grateful for that. We do pray you have a great September, and that the rest of your year would be great and blessed. And we love you guys. We appreciate your faithfulness, your sacrifice for us. And we'll be getting another prayer letter out to you next month, whether it's print or video, that we don't know. So be looking forward to it. Have a great week, and know that we love you. God bless. Bye-bye.